You make your life more complicated than it needs to be because you don't notice the patterns that repeat every single day right in front of your eyes. Life may seem random, but if you look closer, the same rules keep showing up again and again. They don't care about your age, your background, your job, or your personality. They just happen, whether you like it or not. And once you start noticing them, everything changes. You start understanding why things happen and how to respond instead of feeling trapped. Now, let's dive into the first law. Murphy's Law, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. You've all experienced it. You plan everything carefully, double-check every step, and yet something always goes wrong at the worst possible moment. Your alarm doesn't ring, traffic slows down, your coffee spills on your clean clothes just minutes before an important meeting. Murphy's Law isn't about punishing you. It's about recognizing that life naturally includes setbacks. The more you worry, the more you make problems worse. The key is preparation without panic. Expect challenges, but stay flexible. Even small mistakes, like spilled coffee, can be managed calmly if you adjust quickly. Life tests you, but your response is what determines the outcome. The second law is Kydland's Law. Clearly stating a problem is already half the solution. Most people avoid admitting the real reasons for their struggles because it's uncomfortable. It's easier to blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck. A difficult person rarely says, "I'm hard to be around." An employee blames a failed project on the market. A student blames a strict teacher. But the moment you say, "I procrastinated," "I avoided responsibility," or "I was afraid to get close to people," you already weaken the problem. Admitting the truth strips away half its power. Once you recognize the real issue, you can take meaningful action. Problems that seemed insurmountable suddenly feel solvable. The third law is Gilbert's Law. The main problem is that nobody tells you exactly what to do. Life rarely gives step-by-step instructions. Results are expected, but the process is left to you. A seamstress isn't given a manual on how to hold a needle or in which order to attach buttons. At work, a project is assigned, and you're expected to figure it out. Life works the same way. The danger is that warnings are often unspoken. Colleagues may see a crisis coming but stay silent. Friends may notice trouble but don't warn you. The lesson is simple. Initiative and responsibility matter. You have to take action and figure things out for yourself. Waiting for instructions often leads to failure. Those who succeed are the ones willing to navigate uncertainty themselves. The fourth law is Wilson's Law. Intelligence and knowledge come first. Money follows. Many people chase quick money, easy gains, or shortcuts, only to find themselves empty-handed. Others invest time in learning, practicing, and sharpening their thinking, and over time, they surpass those seeking instant rewards. Money is rarely the starting point. It's a consequence. Knowledge, insight, and critical thinking open doors and create opportunities. Focusing on learning and skill development prepares you for life's challenges. People who invest in their minds always outperform those chasing shortcuts or instant rewards. Finally, the fifth law is Falkland's Law. If you don't know what to do nothing. This may sound strange, but it prevents countless mistakes. Acting without clarity often makes situations worse. People rush decisions out of fear, pressure, or impatience. They quit jobs impulsively, jump into relationships, or invest money without thinking. Time often solves problems better than rushed action. Patience brings perspective. Many mistakes happen because people act too quickly. Mistakes that could have been avoided by waiting, observing, and thinking carefully. Remaining calm allows you to see solutions more clearly. Life constantly tests us, repeating challenges until we finally learn the lessons. Being aware of these 5 laws allows you to respond calmly and wisely. Think about your own life. When has Murphy's Law struck at the worst moment? When has clearly stating a problem helped you find a solution? When have you had to figure things out without instructions? Recognizing these patterns is the first step to taking control instead of feeling powerless. These 5 laws, expecting setbacks, clearly identifying problems, taking initiative, prioritizing knowledge over immediate gains, and knowing when to pause, are not abstract. They show up in everyday life, in almost every choice and challenge. Once you notice them, you stop being surprised by setbacks. You gain clarity, perspective, and control over your actions. Problems that once seemed overwhelming become manageable. Life no longer feels random. Instead, you begin using these rules to your advantage. Every day gives you the chance to apply these laws. Mistakes will happen, challenges will arise, but instead of feeling trapped, you understand the patterns. You can anticipate outcomes, make better decisions, and navigate life more effectively. Problems that once felt overwhelming become manageable. Life feels less chaotic, and you start using these laws to make life work for you. So, take a moment and reflect. How often have you run into the same problem and wondered why it keeps happening? How could noticing these laws have changed your reaction? The sooner you start seeing the patterns, the sooner you stop being surprised by life and start mastering it. Remember, life isn't about luck. It's about understanding the rules and playing the game wisely. So, now it's your turn. Which of these 5 laws have you noticed in your own life? Has Murphy's Law ever hit you at the worst possible moment? Or did taking a step back and doing nothing actually save you from a big mistake? I want to hear your stories. Share them in the comments below. Let's start a conversation and learn from each other. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos about psychology, life patterns, and mastering your mindset. And remember, the more you notice the patterns around you, the more control you have over your life. Stay curious, stay aware, and I'll see you in the next video.